inspire, empower, grab your girls and soar a little higher, unlock the fire in you, cause real women don't bitch, no, real women don't, 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 real women don't bitch.
Hey, thank you for joining me on the Real Women Don't Bitch podcast. This is your proud host, August Crenshaw, aka Mrs. Raw, Real, and Relentless. I am the #1 advanced mental conditioning specialist for entrepreneurs because mental muscle is necessary for implementing successful business strategies. It's time to learn how to beast your business no matter what life throws at you. I have made it my personal mission to provide a space where we discuss the BS we face on a day-to-day basis. Grand Rising Kings and Queens, what do we talk about today? How about the WTF moment you may have had once you came to the podcast page and saw that the website was different? And for those of you that have been subscribers, where the hell have I been? What the hell has been going on? What happened to the theme song? Like, there's so much stuff, right? I want to talk to you guys about having permission to do trial and error and not be embarrassed, because life is going to come with enough twists and turns. And, you know, as a coach, I can direct people and I can help people with specific strategies. But the most beautiful thing about what I do is when I open people up to what makes this journey unique for them. And it's really easy to fall down the rabbit hole of, funnels, email sequences, and, ads and all of the things that everybody else does. And doing your own thing can feel scary and it can feel intimidating. You may be discouraged, and I've given myself permission to do whatever the fuck I want. And I want to talk to you guys about, what happened. So I did a podcast episode on this specific platform damn near a year ago. I finally, after so much contemplation, I stepped away and said, no, I've got to let it go. And some of you may be like, man, one minute you saying you think you're going to end it. The next minute you saying Real Women Don't Bitch is here to stay. You left, you started a new podcast, which was called Created Free. You let that go and now you're back. And so let me explain something. On this journey, you're going to evolve. And there are some things that will be stripped away and you'll grow out of them. And there are other things that they will become more refined. And I thought that I had to let go of some things. I thought that my evolution meant that the Real Women Don't Bitch, Miss Raw, Real, Relentless, that maybe that was supposed to, be stripped away. I did have some moments where I felt very enlightened. I felt that my spirit had lightened up and, I was illuminated in a whole nother other manner. And so perhaps those things should change. And at the end of the day, they didn't go away. Like I said, they were just refined. And so recently in my coaching program, I've been dealing with women who have excusitis. And for those of you that don't know, my definition of excusitis is inflammation of the tongue for what didn't get done. And so it's easy for you to have all of this shit come out of your mouth as to why you didn't do what you're supposed to do. So I had a client who was working on her opt-in and, there's a formula, there's a script and so on and so forth. And she had just renewed. She did like a quick 90-day shot. She had renewed at the top of the month of April. No, Jesus Christ, let me get the dates together. March. Where are we at? That's the entrepreneur's burden, not knowing what fucking day it is. Anywho, in March. And so we had a mastermind call, and then she did another video, and she was like, yeah, I just didn't do it because, when I got to point 3 or whatever, it wasn't really making sense to me. And here it is now, it's March 28th. And I'm like, but at the end of the day, if there was something that wasn't clicking, not once did you come into the group and say, hey, can you help me with this? Because for the most part, once I get this done, the script will be, intact, and then we can go ahead and launch this bad boy. You literally waited an entire fucking month. And a lot of you, I don't know if you realize how often you do that. You'll keep backburning, I'm gonna get to it tomorrow, I'll get to it this weekend. And before you know it, hours turn into days, days turn into weeks, weeks turn into months. And I've even seen people be in my coaching program, and a fucking year later, the bulk of what should have gotten done beforehand didn't. And I know why. It's because of, your mindset and not being habituated to having a mind orientation that is towards taking action and things of that nature. And so working through that shit and helping people see the ugly, it's not easy. And sometimes they're looking at the ugly and peeling off those layers. But baby, when they finally get the courage to face themselves, a level of radical action comes, and it's explosive, and it's beautiful to watch them grow and to begin to get results. But the bottom line is, I was just like, damn it, you guys got like all of these excuses. Now, mind you, I'm never comparing circumstances, because I also say that struggle is struggle, and it knows how to hit all of us in our unique spaces. So some people may not struggle with their kids. Some of you do. So that means that you won't be attacked with your children. Maybe it'll be with your spouse. And if it isn't your family, it'll be with your job. And if it isn't that, it'll be with your clients. And if it isn't that, it'll be with your health. And so we all have these unique struggles. But at the end of the day, like, my tribe is watching me in real time, because I've got a huge dilemma that I'm dealing with in my own life right now. And while there are some things that have finally there's began to be a woosah, because this has been going on since February, it's still far from over. And there are some actions that I've had to take in order to deal with the way that my life has just radically changed and changed from one dynamic to a completely different one. It did a total 180. And so you guys, I'm telling you, the reason why you're not doing what you need to do is because you're sitting around and you're doing the same thing I did, but without action. And so you're thinking yourself into a fucking stupor. I could have easily been like, just fuck it, I ain't doing podcasts anymore, period, because I had Real Women Don't Bitch. It's been a year since I've done it. The subscribers will probably never listen to it again. Do I want to go through the work to drum up more people? And damn, I feel like I'm stupid. I sat there and paid this money and got this new, theme song, started this other podcast, let it go. And, I don't give a fuck about looking stupid, and I could care less about anybody's opinion. I thought that I understood what was happening in my life. And you know what? I've spoken to multiple people, be that friends or mentors in the industry, and nobody's said, well, August, honestly, it doesn't have to mean that, or you don't have to go this way, or did you think about that? I've said to, somebody, hey, I'm thinking I should let the podcast go and just not do it anymore. And if I do come back, I should come back with something different, because I feel like my brand is evolving. They didn't say, well, why do you feel that way? And what happened? And they didn't go down the rabbit hole like I do with people to actually encourage thought. And so for me, whether that's peers in the industries, mentors, or whoever, I just went on the journey by myself. And I was like, well, fuck it. And I gave something a shot, and some personal things came up, and I'm like, nope, that's not it. And so, yeah, I'm not the same August that I was back in 2017 when I started this podcast, in the sense that I have grown in my compassion. I am more empathetic than I was before, and extremely understanding. I have grown in patience. I'm a little slower to speak than I used to be. And while I don't take any shit, I would say that my personality is a lot less abrasive than it used to be. I'm growing and going on this journey, but many of you, it's like you know what's fucked up with you. Somebody already told you, girl, you don't know how to talk to people. or whatever the hell it is. And so you'll be like, yeah, well, that's why I got to go do this and I got to do that so I can learn how to talk to people. And it's like, no, nigga, you need to get out there and you need to work with some people and you need to have some success stories. And you also need to have some clients get up in your face. I don't like how you said that or whatever it is, because you guys, you're entrepreneurs who have created products and services to serve people. And the only way you're going to perfect your craft is by working with people. I have also seen the other extreme, the people that think they've gotten their shit together. They get out here and then you never yield. It's like, what I've created is what I created. This is what I'm doing. And you say some bullshit about living your truth and this is the way that it's going to be and whatever. And it's like, no, you're working with people and they're not all idiots because they don't get what you're saying. You're supposed to evolve because people have different learning styles and just communication, period. The way that people internalize and interpret information based on upbringing, trauma, perspective, whatever experiences, it's going to vary. And so I don't know what you got going on out there. Maybe you decided to launch a course and as fast as you launched it, you feel like you should switch gears and, now you should start doing a challenge. And then you tried to do the challenge and it didn't work. Or maybe you were doing something for a while and it did work and you decided to let it go. At the end of the day, so fucking what? I did have one coach and he said before, and I do believe that there's some truth to this, a lot of truth to it. It says a well-run business is a boring business. But you know what? When you do get to the point where you know how to generate leads and you're successfully bringing in revenue and it's not very difficult for you to flow even when you're in the ebb, there are still moments where at the end of the day, you still need to exercise a level of creativity. And it's not always because you're bored and abandoning ship, but we're always on this path of reinventing ourselves. And at the end of the day, even that coach, you have a well-oiled machine as far as how you generate leads with ads, and you have your experiences, be they 90 days, 12 weeks, or whatever the hell they are. But still, nevertheless, that individual during the time that I was in their program tried launching a challenge. Did all of the legwork and the back end, and even started, it was a low ticket challenge, and not as many people signed up, and they didn't think that people were getting as much from the experience as they could have. And so they pulled the plug and refunded people their money. But that was trying something new. Trying something new that you're like, nah, I don't like it. This isn't for me. I should do something different. And that's what most of you all won't do because of your own natural association and preoccupation with the idea that it is an attack on your character because something doesn't work. So there are some things that you need to consistently do over and over and over and over again. And I don't care if it takes a day, a week, a month, or a year for it to finally start working. There are a lot of reasons behind why you could do something for an extended period of time and not get the results that you're looking for. And the majority of the time, it's all got one common denominator, and it's you. It's you and your limitations. It's the shit that you won't do. I've got a saying, and it is when you say what you won't do, you stop what can happen. So many of you are living in this world of entrepreneurship where you're actually trying to emulate people who've been in the game for at least a decade longer than you. And while they may be trying to tell you that they gonna give you the fucking cheat code, it ain't no motherfucking cheat code because you gotta still go through your own process. So you know what? Listen to your coaches. Take the steps that they tell you to take. Get your muscle right. Do the things that need to be done consistently. And then, yes, the rest of the way you explore and you give yourself permission to not judge yourself. Look, we're judged in the employee arena. Performance appraisals, whether or not you do or don't get a raise, whether or not it's a verbal or a written warning or you're fired. We get judged in school. What is your GPA? Are you in honors classes or not? What classes are you taking, period? What college are you going to? What's going to happen with your higher learning? Entrepreneurship, we say, fuck that shit. In the entrepreneurial arena, we say, no, I don't have to judge myself. I just get to do shit and it works or it doesn't. I get to do shit and I like it or I don't. I get to do shit and there's no losses, only lessons. So what am I going to learn from it? So yeah, I'm giving you permission to go fail at something today. Yeah. Hey, that's the title. I was just running my mouth. That's going to be the title. Permission to fail. So get out there, go fuck some shit up. Go rebound, Hey, rebound. Even that in the games. What? Somebody fuck up, rebound. So yeah, I love you all. Real Women Don't Bitch is back. This is the podcast platform that I'm going to be on. Nothing's changed so drastically that this bad boy needs to go. So listen, I love you all. And I'll give more details later as to why the switch was just so drastic and sudden. But today, I just felt like getting to the inspiration. So I'll let you. Deuces. Thank you for joining me today. Remember to cultivate a mindset that is biased towards taking action. No bitching, whining, or complaining. Here, our mantra is, real women don't bitch, we get shit done. See you next week as I continue to bring you what you need to keep your head in the game and beast your business. Don't forget to hit subscribe and leave us a 5-star review. Would you like a specific topic covered? Have a question you would like answered live? Then head on over to realwomendon'tbitchpodcast.com. Subscribe to my email list, hit me up, and I got you. Interested in being a guest speaker? You walk the walk? Then you can sign up on the website too. This is your #1 advanced mental conditioning specialist for entrepreneurs, Mrs. Raw, Real, and Relentless. Signing out. Deuces.
Inspire, empower, grab your girls and soar a little higher. Unlock the fire.